Okay, so this is the Stream Deck Neo. I really like that it folds flat, makes it really good for travel. As far as I can tell, the other ones don't do that out of the box. You have to buy a separate stand for them, so great starter deck, great travel deck, but I just wanted to show a little bit about what it can do for beginner users like me. So this button here is a morning routine. I'm not going to run it, but I'm going to show you how it works. So what it does is it'll open up Outlook, it'll wait 10 seconds because it'll take a while to open, and then it will open the calendar using a little shortcut I looked up. So it'll open up my schedule for me, and then it'll go open up Teams and do the same thing. It'll wait a little bit and then open my calendar, and then it'll open my to-do list. And then it does a whole lot of other things, like I installed some plugins for system control that let me shut down, restart, and sleep the computer. This one will lock the computer. This is just a hotkey for Control-Alt-Delete. And then this is a toggle hotkey. So if I click this, it's going to run Control-V, but it's supposed to start here at copy. So I click that, it'll do Control-Copy, and then if I click it again, it'll Control-V. Over here on this page, we have some editing tools. Under File, you'd see the typical things you'd see under File, like Print, Save, Open, New, Screenshot I threw in there just for fun. This is some more editor tools like Cut, Copy, Paste. And here I have my paste folder. I do a lot of different kind of pastes every day, so this is just a regular paste, this is a paste values, and this is paste special. So that makes it easy and convenient for me to do that without having to remember the keyboard shortcuts. Over here, this is the shortcuts to just open the emoji keyboard outright, but this is a profile that was a free profile that I downloaded off the Steam website. And it just has some preloaded, frequently used emojis. You can always change these up and switch them out. And then at the very end over here, I added a shortcut key to take me back to my main profile. This page I dedicated to shortcuts that I use pretty frequently. So this is, these two are folders that take me to other subfolders within those folders, just some frequently accessed things. These are some folders. This is a spreadsheet. This is an Excel spreadsheet that I use pretty frequently, and this is just straight shortcuts to my desktop folder and my downloads folder. This here opens this up on my desktop because when I work from home and then go back to the office, I frequently find myself having to change monitor settings, and so if I click here, it'll open up that monitor settings in my settings folder. I'm not going to do that because it'll show you my email address. Internet safety. This takes you to all of my custom profiles. So this one takes you to my Teams profile. They are set up to run automatically, but I just wanted to make it easier to navigate between all of them. So this takes me back to the main one, and this takes me back to Teams. These are some just basic Teams shortcuts, and this is the one that I use when I'm in meetings. It mute and unmutes my microphone, turns my camera on and off, turns on background blur. This is to let me leave a meeting. This lowers and raises my speaker volume, and this takes me to some reactions. Raise hand is just out here. This one, I did have to install the Teams plugin to be able to use all of these features, but that was just a free download. It was pretty easy to download. I kind of used the basic Teams profile as a starting point and then added some other features and icons to it. Oops. And I have profiles for each of my individual programs like this. I started out again with the free Excel profile and then added a few more pages for my macros that I created. And then Word, this free profile was not very useful at all. It didn't have very good tools. So I added some subfolders to kind of expand it and give me some more options, like increase and decrease font size were there, but then I also added subscript, superscript. I'm a scientist, I use those a lot. These will give me some formatting options, so I don't have to remember Control-B, whatever. And then I can go back to my main profile. This folder opens up the deck program, and it also raises and lowers the brightness on my deck. And this is just a basic screenshot button. So all kinds of useful things this thing can do right out of the box and without dropping any money on paid profiles or paid plugins. really cool tool, even if you're just a basic everyday office user.
I've had the Stream Deck Neo for 6 months now, and it's really time I did a review because it is a great little device. I use it for turning on and turning off my music or turning the volume up or down. This is kind of how I normally leave it in work mode. But then I also use it to control my busy box, this thing here, which is normally on my door, but it lets my kids and wife know, if I'm busy, I hit it to red. If I'm in, work mode, but I don't mind if they come in as green and yellow sort of in between. We just use a stoplight system for that. Then it's got these cool little folder things. So one of the emojis that I like to use is the fist bump. So you just program it in there and boom, it'll add the fist bump to whatever it is you're working on. Let me show you here. So hit fist bump, fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. And that's usually 2 keyboard commands, right? But you can, whatever your favorite emojis or go-to emojis are, and then if you hit this, it'll pop up the full emoji keyboard. It's really cool for that stuff. You can also set your brightness, and if you're into Pomodoro technique, you can start a timer there. And then lastly, I have a thing where if I've got a bunch of apps that I want to just fire off, normally I use the toolbar, but sometimes I'll come to this. But you can see there's many menus that you can set up, but my main ones are to control my music, because I like to have music on in the background, control my busy box, because that's what lets my family know that it's not a good time to come in, and then any of these little fun emoji things. I also use to fire up ChatGPT. So I hope that review helps. I love this thing. They just came out with the black version. I may trade this one up because most of my theme on my desk is black, but I do have some white in my office here. Anyway, I hope this helps you to decide whether this is right for you, but I love it, and it's one of those products that I can't imagine not having anymore now that I'm into it and have used it for 6 months every day.